What up, Bulls Nation? We've got live CHGO Bulls postgame coming up right now. The Bulls take down the previously undefeated at home 7-game winning streak, Denver Nuggets. 131-27. Let's break it down with you, our fellow Bulls fans, next.
Come on!
What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome into CHGO Bulls postgame. Coming to you live from our studios here in West Loop, downtown Chicago. CHGO Bulls postgame is presented by Michelob Ultra and Bet365. The delicious taste of victory deserves something equally superior.
Come on!
Cheer on your Bulls with Michelob Ultra. And download the Bet365 app. Use promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Both of them
Whatever
things.
the Bulls game, it's never ordinary at Bet365. I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck. That's Big Dave. Bam. PAWL Sports. Will Gottlieb on the end. Will_Gottlieb. And our king of the controls, the one and only Joey C. Joey's here. Are you ready?
Bulls win.
Bulls win.
I ain't pointing at you. Bulls win. Still in there. Got me patient. Gave me golden. Give it to me. Bulls win. Give it to me again. Bulls win. Don't you stop. Bulls win. Do it for Matt Peck because his back feeling better. Bulls win. Do it for Will because he's here. Bulls win. Do it for the fans because I like it. Bulls win. Do it for the people who want to trade for Anthony Davis. Bulls win. Do it for the people who don't. Bulls win. And do it for yourself, sir.
This one goes out to Javon Carter.
Hey! Bulls win. Let's go. Bulls win.
Perhaps our first Goon of the Night nominee, Javon Carter.
Let's go.
Bulls Nation, that is a big dub. We cannot wait to break it down with you, our fellow Bulls fans in the chat. Hit that like button right now. Share the love. The like button is free. Super chats are fun too. Those aren't free, but we appreciate those all the same. Throw us your Goon of the Night nominations and other thoughts on tonight's game. 131-27 is the final. That is a big one.
Yeah.
When you look at this 3-game road trip,
do.
Utah, Denver, Portland, the quality of the opponents and just the situation of where they are in the road trip, and then tack onto that, oh, by the way, the Bulls played double OT on the front end of this little back-to-back.
Tough.
You think they're dead in the water coming in and playing at altitude against the unbeaten at-home Nuggets.
You would think so.
Credit to the Bulls.
Yes.
They build an 18-point lead.
Yes.
Largely credit to their bench, which we will, of course, talk about tonight. They cough up that lead. Somewhat predictable. And then fourth quarter, the Bulls are a little bit in a rut, struggling to get good looks offensively. Jamal Murray starts cooking.
He does.
And Big Dave, I was just sitting there thinking, oh, God, here's the latest example.
Yeah.
We saw Giannis, Spida, Wemby, all these great stars of the league cook the Bulls in fourth quarters of winnable games. And to their credit, whether it was Ayo and Kevin Huerter knocking down big free throws late, Vucevic, for all the slack he has deservedly gotten recently, knocks down the biggest three of the night.
Huge.
On a night when the Bulls knocked down a lot of threes. And they got just enough stops against Joker and the Nugs. I mean, that is a statement win right there.
Ooh, I like the way you said that, Matt Peck. Statement win. Bulls win. Oh, man. I'm sorry. It feels good. It's been a while, all right, since we got a victory and we got a W. Feels good. They can attest to the fact I was sitting there yelling pretty much the entire game.
His face was half an inch from the TV screen.
You know it was crazy when I'm on one side.
Nose to nose with Vooch, by the way. On the TV
You know it was crazy because I'm on one side and Goldie's like, hey, Dave, man, get out the way. Oh, my fault. And I move over and Matt is like, hey, Dave, you're in my way now. Oh, my fault, man. Dude, I was all over the place, dude.
Side-to-side defense.
Dude, I was all over the side-to-side D, baby. I was hyped up. That was an awesome game. Because I don't think any of us expected the Bulls to come in and win. And even if they did, it felt like they would get it in some other kind of way. You know what I mean? Like injury or something would happen, or Joker would just have a terrible game. Joker had a Joker game. Murray had a Murray game. Like, those guys played, but the Bulls, man, that bench, it's one thing we didn't factor in. Well, let me see for me. I didn't factor in on this, was that part of it. the starters weren't doing their thing. The bench, who definitely got a little more rest than the starters did in that last game, because, Giddey played a lot, Vuce played a lot, all that stuff like that. Kobe obviously wasn't out there. But a lot of those guys are very well rested, man. Jalen Smith, whoa, I hope he's okay. I need an update on Jalen Smith, but he was awesome out there. Dosunmu again, all right? He has been amazing for the Bulls this season. Kevin Huerter doing all the dirty work. Main man Dalen Terry making an appearance out there on the floor. Julian Phillips getting some help. But ladies and gentlemen, it was led by Mr. Stay Ready himself. Jevon Carter was out there tonight. He stays ready. He ain't got to get ready, because he stayed ready. Jevon Carter was out there ready to play from the jump. Bow, shot, bow, shot, bow, shot. He was on it tonight. It was amazing to see, and it was fun to watch for him, man. Like, it's just exciting that you can have that sitting on your bench just waiting for you whenever you need another guy to get in there and to provide your team with a punch that they needed, a scoring punch that they needed out there. And they needed it out there. In the transition threes, they needed it, man. In the half-court threes, they needed it. And he gave it to them all game long. In a game where Joker was just like, I'm the best player on planet Earth again. And you just saw it out there. In another game where Murray is like, hey, guys, I'm still Jamal Murray. Still, the Chicago Bulls found a way. The Bulls have not lost to the Nuggets in 2 years. What? I need you to understand that. They are 3-0 in the last 3 games against the Denver Nuggets. You know what's even funnier? And why I wish that it was 129? Because the first game they won, they scored 129. The second game they won, they scored 129. This game, they scored 130. Awesome stuff for the Chicago Bulls, man. Getting this victory when nobody really thinks that they can get it, including myself. But they got it. I'm happy. I'm overjoyed. And I'm going to celebrate, baby. Over to the GOAT. Let's go!
That was just some special stuff to watch.
Hey.
Big Dave
Bulls win.
Big Dave hype tonight.
You ain't been here seeing the
You,
wins.
sir, are good at your job.
Well, I appreciate it. But I forget, you've been at the UC.
I know. I
Not
think
watching
this is
this.
just
That's
the
where most of
second-
the wins have been coming
Yeah,
from.
the second road win of the year. So
Correct,
I really
correct.
have not. I
Had
don't remember
only
what the first
otherwise
one was.
beaten the Kongs on the road so far this season.
No, that was the home game.
That was a home. That was.
it?
It was
I'm
Zach LaVine show came.
So who
They
was
had the Zach
who was
LaVine
their
tribute.
first road win
I'm
against?
forgetting who it was, but
Orlando.
Orlando. There you go.
Orlando.
Game 2.
I mean, coming off of a double overtime game last night in altitude and then coming back and doing this, and they did not play well to start the game. And frankly, I don't really think, with the exception of Giddey and Huerter, who shot it well, none of the starters even really played that well. It was really the bench. 66-9 was the bench scoring margin in favor of the Bulls. 66-9. That is pretty incredible. You like to see sort of that bounce back from what they did last night, which was just a tough loss, and one they probably could have won in a variety of different ways. This one, obviously, against a very good team. Jokic playing at a very high level. Didn't shoot it particularly well. 13 of 27 from the field, 1 of 7 on threes, and 9 of 12 at the line. Those are all below his season averages, but 36, 18, and 13. Hard to really complain about what he did. Murray had 34 and 11. Aaron Gordon had 24 and 10. It was not like, to your point, Dave, that they just caught them on a rough night. They played well.
Yeah.
But it was really the bench. I mean, Dosunmu, 21 points, 8 of 9 shooting. That's just a special performance in and of itself. But this is a 3-point win, and he is a plus 23. And it just goes to show how much the bench mattered in this game. In the second quarter, they came in down 4, and then they came out up 10 in the third quarter. They gave the starters a huge rest. It allowed them to, not have to go crazy in terms of minutes. Only 30 minutes for Giddey was the highest minute total for anybody in this entire game. So good distribution from Billy on that. And that happened again in the third quarter, that same recipe. Jalen Smith was huge. Carter was huge. You guys mentioned him. But just really good stuff from the bench in general to not just play it even or, carve out a 1 or 2 point lead. They came from -4 to up 10. They were up 18 at one point.
Yes.
So really good stuff for them, and that kind of helped keep them afloat. Vuce did not have a great game. Okoro did not have a great game. Modest was okay, but I think the bench was really what sealed it. And then they came in and did it again in the second half. And that is just such a boon for this team who was just exhausted. I mean, you could see the way that Vuce in particular was playing was just this is a guy who's 35 years old and played 40 minutes last night. And now he's got to come back here and do it again against Jokic. And you feel for him, but it's they were able to get really good contributions from Jalen Smith, who hopefully is not out with like a long-term thing. He tried to come back after it looked like a stinger.
Yeah.
He's like, stay in the game. And he's like holding his arm. He's like, no, I'm fine. Nope, take him out. He's obviously very hurt. But so great contributions from them. And then they just found a way to win. And coming off of a 5-game losing streak, when you are losing some rough games, you had the Pistons loss in there. You had the double overtime loss in there. This was a big bounce back win. I'm not going to go so far as to say statement win because I have a hard time with that if you lose 5 games prior to the statement win.
Sure, yeah.
But for sure, a huge bounce back win. And good to see them have that sort of never say die mentality.
Yeah. I use the word statement win because you're not expecting this to be the game where you break your losing streak.
Yeah.
It's the second night of a back-to-back. You're
you're
playing
right.
the championship contending unbeaten at home Nuggets.
Yeah.
You win that game instead of losing that game?
Yeah.
That's a statement win, in my opinion.
Completely agree with you.
Shout out to Chewy Electric in the chat who said, I love Giddey's confidence growing in the fourth. He attacked tonight when we needed it. And I couldn't agree more. Like, Giddey didn't go bananas scoring tonight, but he was up there among the team leaders with 21. He and I both had 21, Huerter 20. But Giddey had a patented just like meander down the lane, use my patented little spin move to get a little flip shot that went late in the game when the Bulls were really struggling to find ways to get buckets. And credit to him, he also kept his turnovers down tonight after he's had a couple of games recently where that turnover number was creeping up higher, where certain Bulls fans don't like it and don't want it. He was in control for large stretches of that game doing what he does well. And Dave, you praise him for it all the time. I'll praise him for it right now. 14 boards. And look, I think the Bulls as a team did a really solid job protecting the defensive glass tonight. There were a couple of possessions where they gave the Nuggets an extra, but to me they were like long rebounds that were kind of fluky and random and weird. When it was several bodies in the paint, I felt like 8 times out of 10 tonight it was a Bull who came down with it. Lee was out there grabbing rebounds. Modest grabbed big rebounds. Huerter grabbed big rebounds. And yes, of course, as always, Josh Giddey grabbed big rebounds. That's one of the things you have to do to beat a team of the caliber of the Denver Nuggets. You cannot give them extra possessions, especially in the fourth quarter. I thought the Bulls did really solid work on the boards as a team tonight.
Yeah, they're too good at that. Before I get back into it, almost 500 of y'all watching. Shout out to y'all for that. 68 likes, guys. We need to get them likes going up, baby. Let's get them likes going up this way. Hit that like button. You see this perfect thumb right there.
Bam.
Just go on and click that, ladies and gentlemen, and get those likes on up. But yes, everything you just said about Josh Giddey, I watched Josh Giddey carry this team, and he did it. The starters, I should say. He was carrying the starters tonight, and everything they needed, he was on it. I kept saying to y'all, man, Giddey is killing. Like, it was in a different way tonight. Like, sometimes you've seen him score and, you know, he'll throw up a shot and you'll say, man, how did that go in? Like, how did he get that right there? Like, oh, man, that's not going to hit. Oh, my God, that went in. Like, oh, man, well, he got fouled. Oh, man, that still went off the top of the backboard and into the basket. That's crazy. It wasn't like that tonight. Josh Giddey was calculated tonight. He was much more calculated than I had seen him previously, man. Like, those floaters he was taking in the mid-range is nice. I mean, coming in off the screens and attacking, and always attacking was great to see as well. Knowing that he was getting to the foul line eight times at the free throw line, you know, is outstanding. Needs to be better than the 5-8, but getting there 8 times is outstanding for a guy like Josh Giddey, man. But I thought he was great. Just the percentages will tell you. 2 threes he 2 threes he took, didn't hit them, but the fact he took them within the flow of the game was great. He's been doing that a lot this year, taking threes within the flow of the game, man. He's just been outstanding. He's been playing like a real all-star for the Chicago Bulls team, man, and been playing like a true leader for this team. You saw him fired up also when they had that timeout, Matt, and we saw him yelling, you know what I'm saying, at Billy and the team, trying to get everybody charged up and going, man. Like, he's a real competitive guy, and it comes across in such a great way when he has games like this, like 21, 14, and 6, that's like a center. You know what I mean? Those are numbers that a center might put up, bro. Like, but he has been great. He might have had more than those 6 assists if guys were hitting shots. And if they were hitting them, he might have 11 of those assists tonight, but they weren't. But the 14 rebounds, the superpower, Matt. The superpower on full display by Josh Giddey. And as you just stated, 4 of them being offensive. Like, he was just great in that aspect of his game tonight, especially in that fourth quarter when they really, truly needed it. Josh Giddey was there leading the way from him, man. Kudos to that young man.
I know we're going to a quick break, but just quick stat.
Go for it.
102 field goal attempts for the Bulls, 97 for the Nuggets. We've talked so many times about the field goal differential.
They won.
Only the third time this year they've won that battle.
Wow.
Yeah, I knew that they had not won more often than not. That is great to see. We got to knock out our first ad break right there. Hang tight. Come right back. We will be breaking down more of this game, more of your thoughts in the chat. Hit the like button. Throw some super chats at us. Enjoy the win, Bulls Nation. Listen to some words from our friends and sponsors.
Hey, Julia. You can be good. It's a thing. It's a thing, man. It's a thing. You can be great.
Oh, better.
Oh, raising it up a little bit, huh?
Good, better, best.
Oh, but you want that, Matt. You got to be ultra, ladies and gentlemen. Ultra. And the only way you're going to do that is with a frosty, ice-cold Michelob Ultra, whether by can or bottle. Once it hits your lips, it's full throttle. But Big Dave, yes, why are you so awesome and why is it Ultra? Well, you got to ask my parents and God that. Other part, 2.6 carbs. 95 calories, ladies and gentlemen. It's a superior, smooth taste worth playing for. And Michelob Ultra is the official American beer sponsor of your Chicago Bulls. So grab a Michelob Ultra, superior light beer, as you cheer on your team. Because no matter what you're playing for, you can make it superior with Michelob Ultra. You know what you need to be? Ultra magnetic.
CHGO Bulls also brought to you by Bet365. And with the Bet365 early payout offer, you're a winner. If your team goes up by 17 points with an instant payout on straight bets and parlay selections marked as winners this football season. So download that Bet365 app. Use promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. Throughout the entire football season, they got something for you every night that there is football. What? Thursday night, $10 safety net bet on Thursday Night Football. Sunday Night Football, they have a $365,000 jackpot going on this season. Wow. And on Monday Night Football, that's tonight, 50% super profit boost tokens on same game parlays. You can double your winnings on parlays with Bet365's 100% payout, 100% parlay boost. Nice. Plus, when you sign up as a new customer with promo code CHGO365, you're going to take advantage of that $200 in bonus bets offer when you make your first $5 bet, win or lose. Don't matter. You're getting the $200 either way. Download Bet365. Use promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. Must be 21 and older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. We back CHGO Bulls post-game late on Monday night. Thanks for hanging out with us, Bulls Nation. Woo! Hit that like button if you didn't do it during the ad break. 131-27. Yeah. What a win. EK Fig Jam in the chat said, let's be real. Vuce was a big reason we had a win streak to start the season. He's also a big reason we started losing.
It's a big reason they won tonight. Not a great game for him, but it's a huge three to extend that lead. But yeah, I mean, let's talk about Vuce because I know that's been the hot topic in the comments recently.
Sure has.
3 of 13. Obviously, a very poor shooting night. 8 points, 9 boards, 6 assists. But yeah, the big three late. But the interesting piece of it for me was that Billy actually went to Jalen Smith to close the second quarter. And I wonder what would have happened in the fourth quarter if Jalen Smith was healthy. He did come back in, as we mentioned. But, yeah, I mean, we've talked about Vuce not playing well and what he does, the fact that he's liable to make those big shots in big moments because he's done it now twice, if not more. But the facilitation, I do think he stepped back up in the second half and just played a better game. He was 0 of 6 with 0 points at halftime. So not a great scoring night, but he just does a lot of things that help grease the wheels of the Bulls offense. And I feel like the assists in particular were pretty good tonight, especially in the second half. But yeah, I mean, that big shot at the end.
Yuda in the chat saying it was nice to see emotion from Vuce as well. Yeah, so at some point after he was 0 for 6 and got whistled for a foul, come back the other way, he like punched the stanchion under the and then there was another possession late. I think it was the fourth quarter.
Yes, it was.
The Bulls half-court offense was really struggling to find the rope, and he got kind of tripped over the ball, came falling down under the basket, and then grabbed the basketball, head-butted it, and then did this on the hardwood a few times. It was like, oh, Vuce is getting cranky
pants.
But again, you like to see that level of investment especially on a night when you're having a rough night and sticking in there and knocking down a big shot like that, which I've said before, Vuce can have the worst night of his life and then still so many times it seems over the course of Vuce's tenure with the Bulls be the one to knock down some huge shot that they desperately need late in a tight game. But I'm glad you brought up the passing because I think that was the other thing that the Bulls managed to do tonight. in addition to run, and credit to them for not stopping running, starters, bench unit, second night of a back-to-back after a double OT, they kept running. And when guys were making good, strong, quick decision off-ball movements, Vooch was rewarding them. Like we always give him credit as an underappreciated, guy who can keep the ball moving offensively from the center position. He found Huerter on a really good cut. He found Io on a really good cut. He found Lee on a really good cut. It's like Vooch will always find guys who make good off-ball cuts, even on a night when he's 3 of 13 from the field.
Yeah, I think the fact that the Nuggets don't really have any elite rim protection, like they're kind of a team that's built similarly to the Bulls in terms of like their weaknesses defensively, I guess. Just in the sense that like Jokic, he had a couple of bucks tonight. He's not like a premier rim protector. I do think he's a little bit underrated on that end. Like he does deter a lot of shots. He gets his hands on a lot of balls. But the fact that Vooch was able to kind of dice him up back there, the Huerter assist was awesome.
Pretty.
But yeah, just like how can you generate easy points? And we know the rim shots are huge for the Bulls. Points in the paint, I think, was 50-48 in favor of the Bulls. 50-48. And it was just like, how can you get a couple of easy shots in there? They started shooting the ball from 3 pretty well. I think they were at one point 11 of 20, but then that kind of fell off. And so it's like, okay, you're not getting to the foul line a ton. They did in the fourth quarter. A lot of that was just like some late game stuff, but they need to generate easy points, and the rim is the best way to do that. How can you find opportunities to do that? And I think the Vooch passing, backdoor cutting, Huerter's doing a great job of those slot cuts. They're just like always open, and guys are finding them.
Yeah, we talked about it when we had our discussion about trust, about Billy Donovan trusting Vooch, and that's why he's out there. And one thing I was saying was I brought up the game that they played when Lonzo and DeMar and all them were here. First game of the year when they played Detroit, Vooch was playing really terrible, and then he hits the three-pointer to basically win the game for the Bulls. That's what this was for me tonight. It was that kind of game. Because, yeah, he was putrid shooting the basketball. It was not good. And usually he's pretty solid against Joker. But he has, as of late, been consistently not good shooting the basketball. But, man, it is also about what you do within the game that maybe you don't see within the numbers, or the plays that you can make for your team that don't affect your numbers or stuff like that. So that three-pointer didn't mean he was, took him from 5 to 8 points. It was, stat line-wise, it wasn't a thing. In the game, it was everything. It was everything. They needed all of that three-point shot. I love when Vooch gets angry like that because he knows how bad he's playing, and he's upset because he expects more from himself. That excites me when he does those kind of things, punching stanchions, headbutting basketballs, slamming floors, like all that stuff. We've seen him throw mouthpieces. You know what I'm saying? Like, Vooch is a fiery, emotional guy.
He's low-key a hothead.
Honestly, like for real, like he wants to win, and he knows how good he can be and has been, and won't accept anything less of himself. I like that stuff, even when he's not doing great. But just a huge three-point shot. I don't have to even go into detail. You all just touched all of that about those passes. Those are absolutely phenomenal and incredible things to watch. But this is also where I want to give credit to Billy Donovan too, because we talked about it, and fans, you guys in the chat talked about it as well. Why does Billy Donovan keep playing him if he's struggling like this? Well, Billy Donovan said, I hear you. Vooch, come have a seat next to me for a while. Come sit down, sir, all right? Because you are not having that kind of game. I'm going to roll with Jalen Smith out there on the floor. And I appreciated that so much. I mean, Vooch played 29 minutes. Like, I appreciated that so much from Billy Donovan to understand when he needed to sit that young man down and be like, nah, bro, I'm rolling with Jalen. But as we told you, the trust is there. So when it's time in that fourth quarter and it got down to that nitty-gritty time, he understands what he's shooting. I get it. He understands what Jalen was doing. And, of course, Jalen being hurt made the decision even easier for him.
Yeah.
But we understand when he gets around in that crunch time and that money time, he's going to trust Vooch, man. 9, 10 times out of 10, he's going to trust Vooch. And Vooch rewarded that trust tonight because they don't win without his passing that they explained, and they don't win without that big three-point shot that he hit.
Somebody just South MU. Vuce was worse defensively, letting Joker get that layup infuriating. We watched Vuce get cooked by Joker all night.
Cooked.
That's not a new movie script.
Yeah.
It's a very familiar one. Jurassic Park 27.
Yes.
Like,
Fast and
we
Furious.
know, and it's really encouraging when you saw Jalen Smith out there, and he had a couple of opportunities to D up Joker one-on-one. He made it tough on Joker.
He did.
He forced him into some really tough shots.
Yeah.
He was physical. He made Joker feel him.
What about
he
that
made
and when
Joker
he had-
try to go through him.
Yeah, man.
And ultimately got locked up with Joker and, has a shoulder dislocation or something. Cross fingers, hope not. Maybe just a stinger.
Stinger.
But, like, it is, as a Bulls fan, it can be infuriating to be like, okay, our starting center can't play defense for crap.
Yeah.
And this is the best center / best player in the league.
Yeah.
And we're watching him get worked by this dude again. And then our backup center comes in and does a respectable job against Joker. And also was working on, I was, praising everybody for the work on the defensive glass earlier. Jalen Smith, he pulled down a bunch of rebounds after forcing some difficult shots from Joker and his Nuggets teammates. So
16 points, 8 rebounds in 18 minutes. And he probably
huge.
would've been
Two
able
steals.
to-
Absolutely
Two
huge.
steals.
So I get why Bulls fans are like, yo, Jalen Smith has been showing us this, and Vuce has been showing us this. Why are these things not flipped?
Yeah.
And gave you the same answer as much as you don't like it.
Right.
Billy Donovan.
Yeah.
Like, Billy Donovan is going to start his veteran center.
Yeah.
And use his backup center as his backup center. Somebody else in the comment just mentioned, like, when Zach Collins comes back, how does that impact things? Mm-hmm. Somebody said, I hope, Collins doesn't take Jalen Smith's minutes the way that Jalen Smith's playing. Mm-hmm. We saw kind of the reverse thing happen at the tail end of last season when Collins arrived in the trade.
Very true.
I do know one thing for certain. As much as a lot of Bulls fans might not want it and might not like to hear it, the one thing that won't happen is Vuce gets removed from the starting lineup for either Jalen Smith or Zach Collins.
Yeah.
I would be shocked to see that happen.
I don't think that's going down that way. And I think for that to happen, it has to be an injury or something or a trade. I think that's the only way that's going. Like, he trusts Vuce. And Vuce honestly isn't playing bad enough for me to say, hey, I need to bench you. Like, Vuce was killing, what I'm saying, to start this year. He just, as of recent, has been playing, not great. But it's fine, man. But, Joey, can you do me a favor, though, man? There was a comment I was reading in the chat. I believe it was Riggs. Riggs had a question.
Riggs.
And it was a question, that first one right there, that's the one. Does the GOAT ever get crazy like Matt and Dave when the cameras are off?
I feel like me going crazy is just imitating Mike Breen or Kevin Harlan and screaming out their
Or
calls
Jerry
sometimes.
Seinfeld. You bust out the Seinfeld every once in a while.
I like doing impressions.
It's good. No, he's good. He's good at it. The answer is yes, though. Say it to you. The answer is yes. But like he said, in his way. Goat's way of doing it, man. But yeah, Goat's a funny guy. You tell you, he's a funny guy.
I'm a
That's
fun
his
guy.
third shirt that he's worn tonight because he tore the first two. That's how crazy he was during the game.
I'm a fun guy.
That's right, man. That's
Do we need to make a new GOAT anger meter graphic?
Oh man, dog. Look, I've seen him go at a 5. That's probably the highest I've seen him. Probably a 5.
It's different. Like it's a different thing. Being on the beat, being in the media, you have to watch the game in a different way. So
yeah, I think the best example is when we all went to the Bulls game and we sat in the media section and we realized that me and Matt can't sit in the media section.
Oh, that was back in the day.
Because we were like
literally like punching each other in the leg under the table because we weren't allowed to scream.
Like, we can't scream, we can't yell. What is this? This is torture. And Goat sits there. Yeah, it's everyday work. This is what I do.
Yeah, we also got in trouble for fanboying over Luka when the Mavs were in town.
We did.
Accosted him in the tunnel like fans.
Worth it.
Totally worth it. Shout out to our guy John Sabine.
And Zach too. Zach Levine was there. He came up to us though and said, "What's up?"
The other thing, like, I feel like the last 6 minutes of this game were so weird because you're like, you know what the Nuggets are going to run.
Yeah.
They're going to have Jamal operating from the top of the key. They're going to try and run some pick and roll stuff with Joker. They're going to have him operate, from the nail at times. Joker go one-on-one, beat your man, back him down. And with the Bulls, the half-court offense, I feel like, is a work in progress still, trying to figure out the best ways to do things. And credit to Josh. Like, he led that team offensively down the stretch, and they got enough buckets and drew enough fouls and made their free throws at the end to squeak out this win. But the other element, of course, is last night we saw what this offense looks like with Kobe White in it. And we missed that tonight, resting the second night of a back-to-back. Expect and hope to see him play again on Wednesday when they're in Portland. But it's like there is something to be said about, like, okay, the Bulls play fast. They run. And when they're scoring in transition, and on a night like tonight, like, I think somebody else in the comments mentioned, like, man, they were kind of jacking threes in the fourth, and they were. The Bulls ended up taking 53 threes tonight.
I would guess that's a season high.
Yes, because they have not been as high volume of a three-point shooting team so far this season as they were last season. They've been more selective with their threes, and they're just being very efficient with them. I mean, Goat, I think the last time you mentioned it, they were just shy of 40% as a team when you were writing about it.
Yeah, they've wobbled a little bit. I guess they're 39.4%, so they haven't really. But
so they knocked down 36% of their 53 three-point attempts tonight.
Insane.
But you also you want something more concrete that you can go to regularly.
Yeah.
When
Actually,
it is a half-court game and it's tight late, where do we get our best looks on the floor?
Actually, pretty interesting. Last night, 50 was previously the season high, and obviously tonight they beat that with 53. Before that, only 43. So they are just not shooting as many. And remember, last year they took 42, I believe, a game. This year they're around 36. So they are taking a lot less. But I think, and I just wrote this, people should go check it out. Very in-depth stuff with commentary from Billy, from Kevin Huerter, from Trey Jones on the quality of their shots and how they're kind of hoping that they can shoot as a team maybe above their career averages, above what they would necessarily expect to shoot because of the way that they're generating shots. Tonight, a little bit different because you are getting a lot of them up. Javon Carter definitely helps you there. He gets them up very quickly. He had 10 three-point attempts in 18 minutes, which is incredible.
10 toes down.
That's, if my math is right, 20 threes per 36 minutes.
Your math is always
That's quite a lot.
That's
hero stuff.
But yeah, that is kind of an interesting shift in what we had previously seen as the trend. So we'll have to monitor that.
We got to knock out our second ad break there. Stay right here. More thoughts on tonight's game. We got a bunch of super chats. We will get to throw those, every single one of them. Throw us a super chat during the ad break. Make sure you hit that like button. We will be back to talk more about the Bulls beating the Nuggets in Denver. Take that, DNVR.
Goon
hit the like
of the night. It's Blackhawks and Bulls season on Chicago Sports Network. Visit chsn.com/podcast to sign up for your 7-day free trial of All Access plan, which gives you over 300 live games per year. Catch every basketball and every goal that happens in hockey from your mobile device, television, or wherever you want to watch. CHSN is your home for Blackhawks and Bulls all season long. Chicago Sports Network, your home stream advantage. CHSN is also available on Xfinity, DirecTV, DirecTV Stream, and a Fubo. Visit chsn.com for more details.
CHGO Bulls also brought to you by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Winter is at our doorstep, y'all. Already got our first snowfall of the season.
Yeah.
Gross.
Nasty.
Is your home's furnace up to the task? Call Four Seasons to find out. Got a plumbing emergency? Call Four Seasons. An electrical emergency? Yep. Call Four Seasons. Maybe you're thinking about a whole home generator? They've got you covered there, too. Save up to $4,000 on furnaces and comfort systems with Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Furnaces start at $39 a month. Furnace AC combos, $57 a month.
Nice.
So call today and save $50 from your trusted local experts. That's Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. They've been serving Chicagoland for over 50 years. Visit FourSeasonsHeatingCooling.com for all other special offers and money-saving coupons. That's FourSeasonsHeatingCooling.com. Because, Dave, for all the right reasons,
On 866 Four Seasons. Yeah.
oh my God,
See what I
Super
did?
Bowl halftime show coming up
Give it
next.
to me.
We're back, CHGO Bulls post-game, hanging out late on Monday night. Thank you for being up late with us, Bulls Nation. We appreciate it. Hit the like button if you didn't do it during the ad break. We got a lot of super chats and other interesting comments in the live chat to get to. Let's see what the Bulls fans are talking about, Joey. Zach threw us a $2.99 super chat. Appreciate you saying the refs stopped by Integrity Farm before the game.
South Park reference.
Okay.
Integrity. Like integrity.
Yeah.
Integrity Farm.
South Park
Gotcha.
and Colorado.
And
Well
because
done.
Colorado.
Yes.
I understand.
The full circle joke. I
One of our regulars, president of the
Hey.
Giddey Committee, David Lithgow.
Shout out.
With a $7.99 super chat. The most important regular season win since the Lonzo Zach run. Can't wait for Kobe and Trey.
Now that's true. I can't wait for them, man.
Can't wait for Kobe and Trey to be back. That's a big and bold statement. Most important regular season win since
is a bold
the early 21-22 season.
That's
Remember
a
that?
bold
That
one,
was
sir.
fun.
That's a bold one.
Craig Tennant with a $5 super chat. Starters lost another quality lead built by the bench's quality defense and attack. Should BD be looking at a consistent hybrid of bench versus starters?
I think it's kind of like you don't run your hurry up offense for an entire game because you just can't play at that tempo and that pace. This was like the longest stretch that I saw from the bench, like in terms of minutes consecutively played, probably all year, right?
Yeah.
So like I think he went to it as long as he could. I think the fact that they were playing on the second night of a back-to-back after playing in double overtime in Utah the night before probably played into that even more than it normally would. But I just don't think it's something that you can sustainably go to. And look, if they are doing that, like they're like flow game where they're just like getting steals and runouts over and over and over again, there's not like something you can sustainably rely on. But if it's working, you lean on it and you let it run until it's run its course. And that's kind of what Billy did.
Yeah, and while he may not have played any of his bench guys huge minutes tonight, Io had the most with 26, which is funny because he was the one player coming into tonight that theoretically was on a minutes restriction.
Theoretically.
Julian Phillips played the fewest amount of minutes off the bench with 11, but Billy went legit 11 deep, which like on a night where your second night of back-to-back and you got tired legs from OT last night, it is a nice thing to rely upon if you are Billy to say, I can ride my second unit a little bit longer on this stretch, whether it be, second quarter, late third quarter, bridging into fourth, if they are producing like they were tonight, and they were freaking producing. I think the whole question about blending or hybrid or whatever is just like, the starters are the starters, the bench is the bench. Depending on who's healthy and who's not, that'll fluctuate throughout the season.
True.
But ideally, your starting unit is also capable of playing even, or even, dare I say, building leads against their counterparts, the starters of the other team. Wow. I would venture to say that the Bulls are not talented enough as a team where their starters are beating up the other team's starters every night. It's great to have depth. It's great to have a really good bench that
great to
produces.
have depth,
The Bulls bench is averaging like 48 points a game this season. It's great.
6 in this one.
At some point, you need to rely on your best players, your starters, to win you the game.
I have a feeling, I'm just looking up right now, but like most of the starters are not going to have very good on-offs on this team, and a lot of the bench guys are.
Yeah.
I forgot to address the part of the question that was like blending some of those lineups. This was really the first time I feel like we've seen a full 5-man line shift the way that we did tonight. So
Billy sick.
again, I feel like it's an interesting data point because we haven't seen it, but it's also just like a unique circumstance because it was on the second night of a back-to-back because of the double overtime. So we'll see how that progresses. But just looking at it now, I mean, Kevin Huerter, Io, and Jalen Smith are top 3 in on-off on this team. So I think as they've said, they've pointed it out, like the depth is the strength, and that's how they're competing with these teams. But that doesn't necessarily mean that like the starters are also outperforming opposing starters. It just means that the benches are outperforming opposing benches. And tonight, 66-9, you'll take that.
Right. Shout out to Sonny Lamont who threw us a super chat. Shout out to Yuta. Our pal who said Joker got a great cardio session. Bulls win. I saw somebody else in the chat, I think, say something along the lines of like, if Joker shed a few pounds, because it looks like when he's running up and down the floor, like his heart's about to explode. Joker just
He seems to be doing just fine.
He's oh yeah. What was his stat line?
36,
tonight?
18, and 13.
Yeah,
Just a pedestrian 36, 18, and 13.
I mean, 2 turnovers.
Oh my God. We talked about his stat line average thus far this season in pregame and laughed at how ridiculous it is.
2 blocks.
And he
Could have
had like
4.
a really bad first quarter. That's what's
Yeah.
He did
nice
have a
about
bad
it.
first quarter. Like
he
you said,
basically
2
did
of 7.
He
He
did
started
that like
off.
3 quarters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we laughed at his 67 overall field goal percentage in pregame. I mean, 13 of 27. He didn't even shoot 50% tonight.
Oh,
What a bum.
just lagging.
I'm rock.
He's lagging.
Hey, our guy Prism
Lagging.
Mike loves RC Cola and the
Alright.
super chats. Appreciate you, buddy. Say Javon shooting 10 threes and all his makes for threes went full goon tonight. Billy a genius managing his minutes to bust out versus the Nugs.
That's a good point.
Got to manage those Javon minutes, man.
Managing them
right.
as in he plays 3 games all season.
Yes, man.
He's ready to go.
Trenton Lane with a $4.99 super chat. The Bulls bench brawlers. That's a new name for a bench mob. I like it. For the win. What specific actions or sets are you seeing Billy Donovan lean on to maximize those minutes and production?
I don't think it's very many drawn up plays. I think it's just like get a stop, get a steal, run out.
It's controlled chaos.
Play within the flow, read and react, and just take advantage of the chaos. A lot of turnovers, a lot of threes, a lot of offensive rebound, tip outs to threes. They're not setting up and calling plays, and I think that's kind of the way that the Bulls want to run things. They don't want, because they're not a half court team, right? And so you can draw up a play and try to get a guy an open look, but a transition layup is going to be way more points per shot than whatever Billy can draw up.
That's a fact. And Billy's never been that draw-up kind of guy either, though.
He's got some good stuff, but
I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm just saying, he's never really been like the Eric Spoelstra or hands-on kind of thing like that. He gives guys freedom, you know what I'm saying, out there on the floor, which says a lot about how much he trusts his players, too.
Anything else we got to get to on the Super Chat train? AK, $9.99. Always throwing those super chats.
Shout out,
Appreciate
AK.
you. No Kobe, no Trey. Second night of back-to-back. Double OT loss. Mile high altitude. Playing Joker with a 7-game winning streak. Vooch hits 3. Bizarro Bulls said, so you're telling me there's a chance. Please make it make sense.
I won't.
I love everything in that super chat. As far as making it make sense, the last part, you tell me, man.
Yeah.
I think, you think about the streaks that these teams are on, 7-0 at home, right? 7-game winning streak. Bulls are 5 losses in a row. Sometimes it's just those streaks are going to not last forever.
Yeah,
they're going to come to an end. And the Bulls outplayed them. I thought. I mean,
outplayed them,
I
bro.
saw one of our DNVR colleagues, I can't remember who it was, say this was a bad loss for the Nuggets. I don't know what you guys would think about that. I don't really see it that way. I feel like it was a good game. The Bulls kind of got a little bit lucky, but also out executed them down the stretch.
Yes. I mean, that's why I don't think it was a bad loss at all. It's not like Bulls are a bad team. And it's not like Denver has beaten the Bulls in the past few games either. So it's not like it's a bad loss for them. I can understand why they look upon it that way, especially when you're the Denver Nuggets and you've got Joker like that. But the Bulls, man, look at the teams they've beaten. You know what I mean? Look at the way they've played. They've been outstanding. And this is just another game where you got to take these guys seriously. Any given game, the Bulls can give it to you like that. The bench is serious. And if you remember those early wins they were getting, it was the bench that was serious for the Chicago Bulls. And they got back to that identity tonight against Denver, man. So 3-0 against Denver, which is crazy.
Nuts. Shout out to our pal Kimberly, who throws a $5 super chat. Appreciate you, Kimberly, saying, love this unexpected win. Love Io and his 92% free throws at the end of the game. Mm-hmm. I tell you what, though, I think between those 2 free throws, Io hit the rim about 87 times and gave me many heart palpitations. But he knocked him down.
Palpitations.
That's all. For all of the stress Chicago sports fans have been enduring recently.
Yeah.
Couldn't be swishes at the free throw line.
Yeah.
Had to rattle them around before they went in.
Io was 25 of 27 at the line coming into this game, and then went 4 of 5. So he's been outstanding this year.
He's also been knocking down more of his threes lately. Mm-hmm. He split a pair, 1 of 2 behind the arc tonight.
Yeah.
Bench was unreal tonight. Amazing effort, says Cosmix and 7. P.T. Sorensen Vooch spiked the Manhattans last night.
Yo.
Oh, my goodness. Javon Carter might have a long career like Taj Gibson, says
Tajy, woo.
Look, Javon Carter, what can you say about that dude? It's freaking hilarious.
I think I know what we're going to say about that dude.
Maybe.
Oh, I see what Goat just did.
Yeah.
I think I know.
Oh, Chase and Ashland, I see you. I'll make you guys a deal. If the Bulls win 10 games in a row, I'll send you a $100 super chat. All right.
I'm going to need $1,000.
One down, yeah. How about
10
that?
in a row, I'm going to need a G, bro.
When's the last time they won 10 in a row?
Man.
Did they win 10 in a row during the 21 season?
90s?
Yeah.
I don't know if
Seriously.
the number 1 seed 10-11 Bulls ever won that many in a row that year. They went 62-20, so it's conceivable to find a 10-game win streak in there.
They
But
started 12-0 in 96.
they also
I tell you what.
21-22 Bulls had a 9-game win streak, if I'm not mistaken, but that's not 10.
I'll meet you in the middle on that. 500. I'll meet you at 500 for the super chat.
Sounds
They
good.
have not
10
had
rings.
their yes, you were correct, Matt. The 21-22
His
Bulls
favorite.
had a 9-game win streak. They had a 9-game win streak in 2010-11, Derrick Rose's MVP season, 04-05. But since, what's it going to be, 98, they have not had a 10 or more game win streak.
Since 98.
Their longest win streak ever is 18 games in 95-96.
Sounds right.
And then 14 games in 91-92.
Yes.
They've had 3 13-game win streaks. You can guess what years those came during.
Bulls win!
Yeah.
Yes!
A 12-game win streak in 97.
Yes!
A 12-game win streak in 1973-74.
Woo! Norm.
Take that one with you.
Back when they were in the Western Conference.
An 11-game win streak in 1990-91.
That's I mean, I always think
And the
of
foul.
one of my
Yes.
favorite lines in the entire 10 hours of Last Dance content is when it's Judd Bushler talking about the start of that 95-96 season, being like, yeah, I remember
Looking
me
at
and
the-
Harp and Scotty are on the team playing on our way to our next game, looking at our schedule like, oh, I don't think we're going to lose a game for 3 months.
Right. And that look on his face when he said,
So good.
what? Like, yeah. And legit was correct.
Yeah. You want to touch on Modest for a second? Somebody just Xbox King Cam said, "Sorry, I missed the game. What did Modest do? Grades? ? I thought Modest was an understated night tonight. I asked him to grab some boards in one of my pregame picks.
You did.
He actually fell shy of the 4.5 mark. He only grabbed 4, 2 offensive, 2 defensive. They were good, strong boards. He had 2 blocks, which I like, including
Yes.
the one he had that swat on Aaron Gordon, which was nice because, like, I'm not saying that Modest and Aaron Gordon all like have their own beef already as NBA players, but if y'all recall, one of those Bulls wins over the Nuggets last year,
Modest ball.
Modest gave AG a shiver shake and then dunked and yammed all over him. I bet Aaron Gordon remembered that.
Yeah.
And then Aaron Gordon went through Modest's sternum on the way to the rim one time tonight. And, hit Modest with the block foul and one. So, like, Modest got punked by AG tonight.
Yeah.
He also swatted AG tonight.
Yeah.
It was a good, it was like another just balance of, like, Modest did some good things tonight and some early second-year player mistake things tonight.
Yeah.
Not his most efficient night. I think he was 5 of 13.
Right.
14.
Knocked 5 of 14, knocked down 2 of 5 from behind the 3-point line. But the one thing I will harp on and nitpick the most, in addition to would have liked to see him grab more rebounds tonight, 1 free throw. That gorgeous and one he had, one of the first possessions of the game, where he went his up and over move,
Yeah.
and then
The-
switched
the-
to the left hand.
Yep.
Gorgeous. Do that 20 times a game, Modest, and I will love you forever. But that 1 free throw, that and one in the first minutes of the game, was the only free throw he took. Not good enough.
Nope.
He
don't
started
like it.
hot. He hit it. I think he hit his first 2 threes and had that and one.
You're right. Yeah, he did knock down his
So
first
that would have
2.
been 9 points quick and then 13 total. 5 of 14. I don't feel like it was a good game for him. I don't feel like it was a bad one either.
Okay.
He did get pulled out. Was it in the fourth quarter or the second quarter for defensive purposes? I think it was the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
When we were
Fourth.
both questioning that because he had a couple of
With 11
blocks.
seconds
I
to
questioned
go,
that.
they
Yeah,
switched him
I
out.
absolutely questioned that. Yes.
But yeah, I think he's just been okay to me. He has not been bad by any means. He has not underperformed or, not met the expectations that I had for him, but he also hasn't really blown those out of the water. He's had his moments. He's had his flashes. I want to see more consistency. I want to see more efficiency. Getting to the line is big. Ability to create for himself and for others is big. And I think it's just going to be kind of a slow burn.
I want more flashes. And I don't mind the game that he had. I mean, the 13 points, 4 rebounds. Of course, you want more rebounds. Of course, we want
Always.
that. Of course, we want more trips to the free throw line for sure.
More.
And I like the 5 attempts from 3. So a lot of his game, I just don't find fault with. I don't like the fact that I don't feel him the entire game as of late. And I want to feel him the entire game. I immediately start thinking back to games his rookie year. You just mentioned one with that dunk on Aaron Gordon and things like that. Who didn't feel that? You know what I mean? I'm thinking about the Dallas game.
I
and
still
stuff,
feel that in my dreams
Right,
sometimes.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to feel to the point. I remember when we used to be like, Billy, don't take him out, please. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel this dude right now. Like, there's a disconnect right now for me with as far as feeling him. There's nothing wrong with the numbers per se that I'm just really upset about. Like, oh God, this Victoria 18, 20 a game. That's not how I really feel. It's a process when it comes to that stuff. But I want to feel it more, man. The confidence is there. Like that, I don't think that's changed. He plays with that real kind of confidence for sure. But sometimes, man, I see him go away from stuff, and I don't like it. You know what I mean? I'm just like, nah, bro, keep attacking. Keep going at it. That's how you get to the free throw line. Keep going forward. It's all part of the process. Honestly, it is. It's all part of the process and things like that. But I want to feel him more on the floor, bro. Like, that's all I want.
100% agree.
Connor in the chat saying, stating the obvious here, Modest needs to get stronger, and that's fine. Yeah, again, it's like trying to be patient with the development of Modest, and we're going to get some good and some bad. Ebbs and flows of him being like, oh, my God, the Bulls found something special in this young guy.
Yeah.
And growing pains. Like, that's and like, I'm fine with that. And it goes back to something that you had said on a recent show, Goat, about like the thing that I'm most concerned about this season when it comes to Modest and growing pains is enduring them without Billy yanking him off the floor. Like, I want him out there playing 30-plus minutes a night. I think he came just shy. He was at 29 minutes tonight. But nobody in the Bulls starting five played more than 30, and that was Giddey.
Yeah.
Second night of a back-to-back, and Billy went 11 deep. So that's fine. Main Street Sports saying, love me some Modest, very, very athletic. I mean, dude,
we love some Modest, bro.
The freaking his stride.
Yeah.
That and one he had in the first couple of minutes of the game, gorgeous. It just peeks into a window of what could be possible with that young man.
Yeah.
Which is very exciting. Wanted to shout out. There are a lot of Bulls fans holding it down out in Denver. It seemed, Joey. We got some comments.
Shout out
to Dana Stanek. 3695 was at the Bulls game tonight in DNVR. Place was loud until Vooch shot the building down, baby. Go Bulls. I wonder, were you at the Ball Arena or at the DNVR bar? It sounds like maybe you were hanging out at the DNVR bar.
Either way.
Oh, quiet as a church mouse. Also, Adam Fadey, he's one of the regulars in our chat, saying, yo, Casey Johnson said I got on the broadcast with my Red Bulls cowboy hat.
Yes.
See all at the Rose retirement night. You 100% did, sir.
We saw you, and I told Goat, I know what I'm getting him for Christmas. His Hanukkah gift is ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, you had the glasses on and everything with the horns coming out of that red hat.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Wear that to Derrick Rose retirement night, please. That was an amazing
do
hat.
it. I think also our pal Jeprock said CHGO Bulls greater than DNVR Nuggets. Love ya. We love our DNVR Nuggets fans.
Yeah, I'll rock with DNVR.
That whole crew. They do great work. But it is, it's nice to get a win over them because all the time they're like, so they're the OG market for the All City Network. They've been doing this a long time. And over the course of that long time, they've got a guy who's won the MVP award 3 times. They've got a championship within the last 2 years.
Got a ring.
And they're like, oh, yeah, guys, this is so easy. Just watch NBA basketball and make content of it. And we're like, okay, cool. We're Bulls fans. We're over here trying to make lemonade out of dirty sewage water. But, yeah, this is fun. This is great.
Hey, and on some nights, it's not bad. Sometimes we're doing pretty all right. We figured out the next mix. You know what I mean? Right about a little sugar in there. But, yeah, listening to DNVR sometimes reminds me of just growing up, with Michael Jordan. Like, I truly understand that thought process and where they're coming from with that.
What are we about to watch this dude do tonight?
Yeah, you know what I mean? And when you lose the team, we had a bad game. You know what I mean? Oh, man, I get all of that.
Can you imagine if CHGO existed during the 90s?
Oh, my God.
Oh, I don't know if any of us would have made it.
I would have been here.
Matt would have broken everything.
We would have 1 million subscribers.
Yeah, I would have been here violating all kinds of child labor laws.
That's a fact. Dude, Matt would have broken everything.
We would have the plaque by now.
9-year-old Matt drinking Michelob Ultras, going crazy, running laps around the studio.
I was going to say, when they lost once every 2 months, we'd all just be crying. We would just cry for like a full hour.
Yeah.
No,
we're about to go to overtime.
I was still the same at that age, bro. I still was the same before.
Dude, I would cry when they would lose because it was so. No. Oh, dude, when I was 9 years old, I'm not allowed to cry when the Bulls lost once every 2 months.
No,
I didn't. You're out of your mind.
I cried. Joey, I cried when they lost regular season games.
Yeah, they lost a game to Houston once on Sunday. Like,
I was like,
NBC, and I
what do you mean they lost?
Oh, I remember that game.
This team doesn't lose.
They could have won 70, and they lost that game. They got cheated out of that by Hugh Hollins. I remember that very well.
I cried.
Screw Hugh Hollins forever.
Yeah, no, bro. Trust me. I was a ridiculous fan. I wrote out the schedules. All that used to be on my wall, written out, color coded. along with the final
I get
score,
the
along with
calendar.
who wins
Dude,
scoring.
We're the same person.
Oh yeah,
The
bro.
box score and all
It
that.
was
I
out of control.
I would banish certain family members. Like I would always be locked in. Like maybe I was watching the living room TV, or maybe I had been sent to the basement. But if the Bulls were playing and like doing well, winning, if like say my brother would come down to the basement and I'm watching the Bulls are like up 8, and the other team goes on a 6-0 run and the Bulls call a timeout, I will be like, bro, get out. Like get out of here.
Luckily, I was not the biggest Bulls fan of my family. We were all equally insane.
Like it got to the point where at one point, like I think Santa was writing me letters and being like, "Hey man, what's the deal? You don't care about me anymore?" And I'm like, "No, Bulls, Pistons."
That's right.
Go
Holla
away.
back, Santa. Get out my face.
I
I think it's time, Matt.
it's time.
I think it's time.
I think it's time, Dave.
I think it's time to hit the people what they want.
Is it time?
'Cause I just heard somebody ask, my man Chad asked that question right there. Who is Goon of the Night tonight? Well, we about to smack you in the face. Smack him, Joey. See?
To be the man, you gotta beat the man. I'm the man.
Ah, it is here. Goon of the Night. I have not seen you in a while. How are you? It's good to see you, friend. It's good. This is exciting because when this comes out, you know the Chicago Bulls have won the game. And it's all time for everyone to have a say in who will be Goon of the Night. The final decision shall rest with myself. Matt Peck! Who is Goon of the Night?
I mean, so many incredible candidates.
A
tonight.
lot of candidates tonight.
Like honestly, like you could nominate Keith Bogans for inspiring the play of Isaac Okoro, who had 2 points in 20 minutes tonight on 1 of 3 shooting
Bogan-esque.
and a binary stat line otherwise. Shout out Keith Bogans.
Shout out.
Obviously, Javon Carter deserves all kinds of love. He might end up winning this, and he would deserve it. I am going to give mine, though, to Jalen Smith. That man has just been playing his freaking backside off for the last handful of games. He's knocking down his shots, helping the Bulls space the floor. 3 of 6 tonight, 6 of 11 overall. He's putting in work on the boards. He said no to Nikola Jokic when so many NBA players just say, okay, fine, Jokic, but just please don't hurt me. Jalen Smith stood his ground.
He did.
To the point where he got injured trying to stand his ground against Nikola Jokic, left the game, went to the locker room, came back from the locker room with, you know, like a Tom Berenger in Major League amount of rap on his shoulder. And then here he comes to the scorer's table. Here, training staff, medical staff, take this bandage, take the ice. He goes back in the middle of a set of free throws, and it looks like his arm is awkwardly hanging off of his torso.
Wow,
And I'm like, should he be in there right now? I don't know. I don't love it, but I love the determination and just, gosh darn it, I've been playing well tonight. I want to help us get this win. He checked back in, and I was like, dude's lost his arm. Mad respect, Jalen Smith. The mad respect.
The best part about
That was well
that
said.
was that he's like keeled over, holding his shoulder. And Billy's like, does he need to come out? And then like the medical guy comes over and Jalen's like, no, I'm fine.
good.
And then he's like holding it again. It's like, no, you need to come out. And then they just come and get him. I'm going.
Just butt to scratch.
Just about to scratch.
And then he came
I'll be
back out.
fine.
I'll
And he
bite
still-
your legs off.
But look, if you were shooting 6 of 11 with 16 points in 18 minutes, I think I'd probably want to go back out there too.
That's a fair point.
I'm gonna go with. I've never done this before. I'm gonna go with Goon of the Nights.
Oh,
Because
Goon.
I cannot decide between Jalen Smith. You made a great case for him, and Javon Carter, who shot 10 threes in 18 minutes. Billy Donovan, after the game, said Javon Carter is the hardest working player he's ever seen,
Damn.
which I love. I think it really goes under noticed and underappreciated how hard he does work. You see him really like, I know the before first one in, last one out thing is quite tired. But he really does stay late. He really does come in early. He gets his pregame work in, and he's taking all the shots that you see him taking. Like, he's working on those specific shots. You see him in practice every single day doing it. You see him pregame doing it. And, yeah, I mean, to your point, stay ready.
Mr. Stay
He
ready.
was awesome, and it's good to see him, like, having some moments. You know, like, he hasn't really had a lot of opportunity for one reason or another, but he came in and he just, like, shot the lights out today.
He did. Joey C., sir, your Goon of the night.
Really quick before we do it, might as well just get it out of the way. We're going to go to overtime right now.
Good
For all of you
call.
watching on Fast Channel.
Joey
head on
C,
over
looking
to the
out.
YouTube channel and check us out. Those are the YouTube
Our
channel.
boy
Hang
is
in here
growing.
because Goon of the Night's coming.
Yeah.
He's getting stronger.
This one's tough for me because I had never seen Dalen Terry and Julian Phillips join forces before.
Dude.
For passes. And
If you put
plays.
them together, they make one NBA
they
player.
were like the Bash brothers.
Shout out Mighty Ducks too.
There's so many contributors, but I gotta be honest with you, man. I'm gonna throw a hat in there for Lee Patrick.
Dude,
Because here's what happened.
Here it
Right?
come.
Here's what happened. There's only few people on the planet Earth that when they're driving to the hoop and you make contact, not with the forearm, but you also bring it to the face and he goes tumbling to the ground, nothing makes the coaching staff and everyone else fear for their life more as they all raced out to the court to make sure that nothing crazy happened. And Lee got up. Like he was ready to just see what was going on after he tumbled to the ground there. I don't know if he played a great game tonight, but we've seen these like little things of toughness and passion from him on a consistent basis that at least means that he's buying in and he cares and he wants to do better. Is he doing better? I can't confirm that now, but we're definitely seeing more of an energy, more of an attitude, and honestly more passion from Patrick Williams than we've ever seen before. So that's my nominee.
And I tell you what, on that drive, he put his head down. Like it was transition. He got a pass from somebody, and he was just like barreling down the lane. He's like, I'm going up.
Yeah, the great thing about it is when he went and he got fouled, he slaps the floor and then gets up. Immediately, quickly gets up and acts like he wants to go. We know there won't be no fights happening, but he just immediately got up and was aggressive about it. And I like that about
It's
that.
also on the road, and
that's
then
Lee
you
stuff.
lost in double overtime. Like,
Tell you, that's Lee stuff,
that little
man.
edge. That little edge maybe helped out. a little bit.
May I just say that a lot of people are calling him Lee in the comments. You really,
As they should.
I doubt he knows that people are calling him Lee.
Oh, he will soon.
But I think that's hilarious. And
It is a part of
and I
his
think
legal
it's
born
awesome.
name, is it not?
It is. This is middle name.
It's his middle name.
Yeah.
It's a man. Call the man by his name. His name's Lee.
The best part
But
was
like-
when somebody
His
on
name
Twitter
is Lee.
once
God damn it!
just asked and said, "Why is everybody in Bull Nation calling this guy Lee? What is the origin of this?" And I felt so proud,
Lee.
and I had to explain to him.
Lee PW.
Yeah, Lee Pete.
That's just his name.
Well done, sir. Well done. Let's go, Lee.
Shout out to you guys in the comments for keeping it,
Yes.
for bringing it to life.
Yes.
numbers.
It's a thing, man. I birthed it. You brought it to life.
Wake me up inside.
Yes. Well, here it is. You see the belt. Here it is in your face. It's Goon of the Night time, man. This one is a little difficult. First of all, want to send a shout out to honorary, and that's myself. I'm gonna nominate myself. for Goon
You
of the
were
Night
on one tonight.
because
I love
because
that.
because for calling that Vuce 3 because I was poking the TV while he was standing there at the camera, and I'm like, "You got to come on and hit a shot, Vuce!" And then he hits that 3, and then I tackled Joey C. And yeah,
For a second, I thought.
Flagrant one on Dave.
Oh, come on!
Against the Samsung TV.
That's a common foul.
I thought Dave was about to break something in here.
Oh,
It's usually me.
Yeah, he's
I was
right.
like, Dave might break something tonight.
Yeah. I didn't pick up Joey C. I squoze him. It's tough. Okay,
Still doesn't know.
okay, let's do it.
Big Dave with his
Drum roll.
LeBron decision. This is very. You literally just said this is very tough.
This is tough. This is tough.
Where are you taking your talents, Dave?
This is tough. Goon of the Night goes to. My mind has been changed.
Whoa!
Goon of the Night goes to Jalen Smith.
Woo!
Goes to Jalen Smith.
Woo!
Nat Peck's soliloquy absolutely changed my mind. Because, yes, I was going to go, of course, with Mr. Stay Ready to get his. But he is right. The man broke his arm in half. And he refused to come out of the game. Kept telling, as you said, go waving him away. Get away from me. I'm fine. All right? It's just a little, I'll be fine. Just a hangnail. It's just a hangnail. Well, then raise your arm. I'll be fine. Goes back, gets treatment, comes back. What'd you say to Ben?
He said a Tom Berenger from Major League sized wrap on his shoulder.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was, dog. He came in with that, came back in the game. But the one thing you all haven't mentioned was when he went up against Joker and he turned around and finished with the left and one and yelled right in Joker's face when he hit that bad boy.
Dude, I forgot about that and one he had. Oh
That is what really set this over the top for me about him getting this right here, because that play absolutely stuck out to me, because if you saw the game, the very next play, Joker got the ball in the post and tried to put him in the basket. He didn't like that at all.
He did not care for it.
And that is Goon stuff that I saw from Sticks out there, man. So I'm going to hand this to you, sir. We're going to have Matt carry it for you because we're not sure about your shoulder.
Hey.
But this is yours. Goon of the night goes to Jalen Smith.
Well earned.
Congratulations.
You're saying Smith doesn't fear Joker or Wemby. He goes at him, which is great.
Yeah.
Is that his first one?
I think it might be.
Matt's got the
I do have.
Standings.
he's been keeping tabs there.
Let me pull up
He's gonna
my my notes.
Put up who's winning of the Goon Awards, the Goon of the night. It's been a while, man, since we handed one out.
It
Feels
has
good.
been.
Feels good.
This is his first win.
First one.
This is Jalen Smith's first win of the season.
Of his career with the Bulls or of the
No,
season?
of this season.
Okay.
This season. We don't have career numbers yet.
Well, I didn't know if we kept it for last year.
Our guy
Last
flip
year's
side
first year.
saying Sticks got stones. I like
Last year
that.
was his first year?
Yes.
Yes.
Adam
Yes.
Day saying sticky, icky. That's right.
Sticks got stones is pretty good.
Shout out to our friends at Stunny Side.
Yes.
Yeah, nice. Jalen Smith says Main Street Sports. South MU, as it should. Chad Weekamp, fear the turtle.
The Terrapins, shout out to you.
Hey.
Shout out, man.
Shout out 1963 Hardtop, who said, I was there. It was awesome.
Hey, all right.
We also got a couple last second, just in before the buzzer, super chats from our super chat king, AK. If it actually has been Arturis this whole time, I would laugh my ass off. Reveal yourself, Arturis.
If it is you,
you know you want to be friends with me. I just am a diehard Bulls fan who wants to hold his team accountable.
Come hang out.
To higher aspirations.
Come hang out.
I want to believe in you.
Stop yelling at fake AK.
With a 1999 super chat, appreciate you. In the wins, the Bulls were playing with physicality, tenacious team defense, developing an identity, and the losses, let go of the rope, tonight played together, took 53 threes. Wait, what is this Bulls identity, and is it sustainable? Good question.
I like people asking that question.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, because like if you're asking simultaneously, what is the identity and is it sustainable? How can you answer the second question if you don't know the answer to the first question?
It'd be so funny if AK is literally typing into Chat GPT.
What is our team
sustainable?
identity?
Yeah, what is our identity, and is this sustainable?
Oh my god.
I mean,
According to Grok.
Oh man.
Powered by AI.
That's right.
AK knows what he believes this team's identity is.
He's got
9 to 10 good players.
Yeah.
9 to 10 good players, man. That's what it, and playing fast.
We got one more, I think.
We got one more from AK, our super chat king. 72-10 Bulls lost to the Nuggets on February 4th, 1996, with a final score of 105-99. This was one of the Bulls' 10 losses that season. 30 years later, these Bulls upset the Nuggets. Nice little history factoid for you.
Nice one. Put one there.
96 probably, might have cried.
Oh, I remember that game. That was Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf when he went crazy.
Legend.
Yeah, crazy.
Absolute
I remember
legend.
well because they went up by 32 at halftime. Denver did. And the Bulls came back and took the lead in the third.
That was Robert Pack. That was Dice.
Yeah, man. It was
Interesting.
Matumbo.
Frisky Nuggets team.
But that dude could not be stopped. When they went to overtime, they had no answers for Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, bro.
Yeah.
None. Zero.
And, speaking of fun stats, and look, this is a Bulls show. We are ecstatic with the Bulls winning a game against that opponent in their building. To give them their first home loss of the year. That is incredible. At the same time, you can appreciate greatness. And speaking of fun stats, tonight was only the 5th fastest that Nikola Jokic recorded a triple-double in an NBA game.
Insanity.
And he had a triple-double by the 9:32 mark of the third, I believe. Not 9 minutes into the third. 9.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
2.5 minutes into
Joker got a triple-double.
That's ridiculous, man.
Take that, GOAT.
and yet they lost.
There you go.
Another buzzer-beating
done.
super chat from our pal Paul, who's always in the chat. Appreciate you, Paul. $4.99 super chat saying Happy Matt is the best Matt. I agree. I love
awesome,
Happy Matt. Rage Matt is entertaining. I'm glad some people among Bulls Nation find Rage Matt entertaining, but I am a Bulls fan who wants to watch the Bulls win.
Yes. Winning's fun.
And at times when I want to lose a few games to get to the winning, some people have a hard time understanding that. We'll see. We'll see where we go. Is this team's identity a thing, and is it sustainable? I still got my questions and doubts. But big win tonight.
It counts tonight, baby.
Cannot deny that.
Counts tonight.
Cannot deny that. All right. 1-1 on the 3-game trip. Let's see if they can make it 2-1 when
Let's
they
go.
play Portland on Wednesday. In between, don't you worry, we got a live pod tomorrow afternoon. Mere hours from now, 4:30 Central Time. We'll be back on the mics talking with you, our fellow Bulls fans. In the meantime, go read our Insta reactions, available and free for all to read, allchgo.com. Become a CHGO diehard so you can read all of GOAT's great writing and reporting. That is reserved for diehards only. Use
Big
that
story
promo
on
code
Giddey coming out
GOAT.
tomorrow.
Sign up, $36 offer right now.
Say it again, Goat.
Big story on Giddey coming out tomorrow morning.
The Giddey committee is
ready.
titillated in anticipation.
Tantalized.
Follow Go, Will _Gottlieb, Big Days at BWL Sports. I'm Bulls _Peck. We are CHGO _Bulls. Shout out to our king of the controls, Joey C.
Joey C.
Back where he belongs.
C is for controls.
That's right.
Yeah.
We love you. We appreciate you, Bulls Nation. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the chats. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for staying up late with us.
Yes.
We will talk to you tomorrow. Enjoy the dub. See Red, be good.
Love y'all, man.
What up, DMVR?
Peace.
What up?
We all silly like the mayor.